Okay, hello everyone. I hope you can see and hear us as well. We already have Anthony. Anthony, hello.
Hi.
It's very nice to see you today with us. And I have a meeting with Anthony in a day. So yeah, it's nice to have you today. Brian, hello.
Hi,
Hello,
guys.
hello. Yeah, I just need to say that hello, Anastasia. Hello, Stacy. I'm super happy that today I will be in the company of such a beautiful people. And yeah,
Thank you.
today we are going to tell our audience about some, business cases because usually xTiles is something super personal, but for many people it's also something that could be implemented into their workflow as well. Fabio, hello,
Yeah, I would
Fabio.
say that xTiles can change not just your personal life, but your work life too.
Sure.
And
Definitely. And we will share some stories because, for example, it changed my life, not only personal, but work life as well. And some people, they do not know about it, but I will tell them. Stephanie, hello. It's amazing to see you as well. Brian has a question. Of course, this session will be recorded, so it will be about our vision, let's say, and our approach, and some useful stuff as well that we will showcase. George, hello. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you so much. Willow, it's amazing to have you today as well. Thank you.
actually, while we are waiting for other people to join, we can make like the quick warm up, as I can say it. So we prepare some questions about the collaboration in the team. I can send them in the chat, and if you had the situation in your life, you can just drop a plus in the comments. Yeah, so give me 1 minute. And the first question that we have, I will just send it to the chat.
Yeah, I will show it on our screen as well.
Yes, 1 second.
And by the way, Monique, hello. Anthony, yeah, I understand you are like a great businessman, and it's something that we were talking like from our first session. Like amazing guy, just want to say. Yeah. Ron, another amazing man. It's nice to have you today, by the way. And I saw your message. I will reply after our webinar.
Okay, I've sent the first question, and it sounds like you had 5 different versions of the same design or project, and no one knew which one was final. So you have like different copies of the project, and you just trying to understand which one was the final version of it. So if you have the situation, you can just drop the plus in the comments. So we will know.
Just drop a plus because I remember some funny story. Like when you have some deadline, like tomorrow or like in an hour, and your boss asks you, "Have you finished your project?" And you say like almost. And when you go by the link, you will see that you do not have any access to the file itself, and it is like no happy end, like many people say.
Yeah, that happens to me. That's happened to me as well. And it's. I heard someone say the other day they were talking about even when you're a speaker and you speak. When you are standing there talking, and I speak and train and teach, when you're talking, you know what you're supposed to say, but the other person never doesn't know what you're supposed to say. So it's sort of the same thing. What you turn in or what you say, people don't know. So it's a great question because it does happen to all of us. But the thing to do is to realize that they know, what you were supposed to say, do, or have, but they don't necessarily know. So
True story. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It's always something insightful during our session. So yeah, it's always amazing for people to attend these webinars. I believe it's not only about textiles, of course. Willow, yeah. hello to Anastasia and Stacy.
I have one more question. It's also interesting to hear the true life scenario. Um, have you have the situation when you like spent like 10 or more minutes to find information in the Slack or the email, that you like have the discussion with someone through email and you have that long thread, and now you just have to find really quickly that link that someone shared, and now you spend like 30 minutes to find it?
It's also something that resonates with me quite, relate to me quite a lot. But I will tell you, like, I will spoil a bit, because we had our communication during, thanks to Word and Excel. Can you imagine? So, I mean, not in xTiles, of course, but at my previous working place, people were so hard on Word itself, and we had some strategic planning typed in, like a lot of like sheets and stuff. It was like a real mess. So 10 minutes searching stock is, I believe, it's like a quick win in my case. Well, it was my case, I believe. Willow says it's relatable. Yeah.
For sure.
Fabio, thank you so much for your comment. Yes, it should be like that, and it's completely possible to do in xTiles. Willow agrees, of course. Thank you so much, Willow. And yeah, I believe we can start. I also had like a small question. It is related to the last questions that Anastasia asked about different places, scattered communication and stuff. Just want to ask our audience, like, just look at your browser and how many tabs do you have opened right now? And it is also something related to our to xTiles, I believe, because many people, they need one window, like one window for everything, and yeah, instead of switching between tabs and so on. So yeah.
I would add that I have not just a lot of not just a lot of tabs open, but also a lot of windows and browsers. Now we have a lot of tools, and you want to test them all, and that's why they're supposed to save you time and help you to manage things. But yeah, it's quite a lot now.
Anthony, what? I don't know. I do not know that number. How does it possible? Stephanie says it's not just tabs on my computer, but in my brain. Yeah, it's like many TV channels, but remote. Somebody has it. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I believe we can start. So thank you so much for joining. It was like, oh, Willow, you are very well organized. Just want to say that it's something that we are going to discuss today. So collaboration for many people is like super painful, to be honest, and many people are like got used to some different tools and stuff. But like people try to solve their business like questions, business challenges, I believe, and during this kind of approach, people forget that they are, they start to work for tool, and it's not like tool starts work for them. And with our approach, what we want to do is like to have a human first applications, and just like a tool first that you need to learn, that you need to understand how does it work. Of course, xTiles, it's not like a Google that you know from your like childhood or from your school, like spreadsheets or whatever. But we believe, and we are constantly working on something that like xTiles should be like as simple as possible. Yeah, that's something, and collaboration should be like super simple as well. And from this point, I just want to introduce Stacy. To be honest, we had like a fun story that today I'm with two Anastasias, but don't think that I'm, like something is wrong with me. Stacy has an amazing story about that. So Stacy, please, it's your time.
Thank you, first of all, of course, for having me. So what I was saying beforehand is, even though my name is Stacy, when I was when my kids were younger, I grew up on the New Jersey shore, if you've heard of that, by the ocean. I love the water, and I often call myself a mermaid. So what I used to tell people, and of course my kids thought I was crazy, was I always say that my mermaid name is Anastasia and Stacy is short for that. So when I saw that Anastasia was joining us, now she spells it different than any way I've seen it before, but I had to tell her that, you know what, I'm Anastasia too. It's one of my alter egos. So that's how I think of myself. So you've got Stacy and Anastasia, two Anastasias today. And I'm so glad to be here.
I'm lucky today. You know, like in our country, we say like if you're between two people with the same name, you can make a wish, and it will happen for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Another couple of comments, Ron. Too many browsers, I believe, but well, it's your flow, I believe. Fabio's, yeah, he knows a lot. To be honest, he's so productive.
Yeah, I can
Brian
tell you.
has.
Well, I was going to say, as you're reading that, nowadays, even me, I find myself with so many browsers because uh, I have Chrome, sometimes Firefox. If I'm logging in as one of my team members, I'll have that stored in Firefox. Then there's I do use Edge for some of my clients. Now I'm using Comet, which I love by Perplexity. If you guys don't know about that, with the
Mhm.
agent built in. And I just started using Chat GPT Atlas because I have a Mac and it's only available for that yet. And because I'm on a Mac, I have why can't I think of the name? The one that I use the least. It's so funny. That is hilarious that I just lost the name of Safari.
Yeah.
So I sometimes will have all of those open. So to the very point, and in those many tabs open. So I get it for sure.
Yeah, that's the lives that we are living, and people are like in your case as well. People are trying to have everything separated in different browsers, even not just different tabs. But just want to let you know, like, and you, of course, know about it. But as our audience, many people combine the personal life and the work life inside xTiles. Super easy to do, and it's something that we will discuss today. Yeah, Stacy, by the way, just want to give some time to you, for you, for to introduce yourself, about your business, about your experience. So maybe you want to share something, you can do it, obviously. And yeah, now you
Sure.
are in charge, let's say.
Absolutely. So first of all, and I will, if I can, I will share my screen in a few moments,
Yes,
but
you
I'm not
can.
going to do that
Mhm.
yet. What I first want to say is that I want to say that I love systems and tools. My business is Systems of Success. And really, I think that everything is a system, or it should be. And that includes whether we're talking about business, family, health, personal growth. I think that success depends on how well systems work together. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I believe that structure doesn't limit you, it actually liberates or frees you up. But before I talk more about that, just want to share that I am Staci Clarke, sometimes known as the Maximizer. And what I do is I work with systems to help people to utilize them so that they ultimately can have success in their business. And that'll come through in some of the things that we are talking about today. And then when I'm done, I know that you, sir, are going to talk more specifically about, and I will too, how xTiles helps us to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then I'm going to, let's see, let me just make sure I'm ready to share the screen. Give me one moment. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just setting up my, okay, there we go. I think we're good. And I'm going to share screen here. My system is just making sure that it is allowed to do so. But while I'm doing that, I do want to say that I'm excited about this partnership or connection that I've made with you guys. I use a lot of different tools, as you know, because I help people to use tools. So I'm always using different tools. But I really, when I came to learn about xTiles, which was really just a year ago. December will be a year when I came across it. Is my screen now showing?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, so actually though, let me just stop it so that it is in the presentation mode. Give me a moment. I just want to put it in presentation mode because I realized it was showing things I didn't want to show yet. But what I was going to say is that I I found out about xTiles about a year ago. And one of the things that I know, we are talking business today, but even in business, right? Everybody is who they are. And what I mean by that is we know that a lot of people who use this tool, it works very well for people who happen to have or be diagnosed with ADHD. And it's one of the tools that I have found works really well for people who think in various ways because we are, they use the word neurodivergent, and actually I think everybody is neurodivergent. And the reason I say that is because we all think differently. A lot of times people say neurodivergent is for people who think a specific way, but I say that we all think differently. So I actually have already shared the information here about how I believe that systems create a flow in your work and in your life. So, what I want to share is that for me, I think that when we think of systems, especially in terms of business, what happens is that if you look at it, you look at there's a purpose for doing whatever you're going to do. There is the process that you use to do it, and then there's the people involved. And these are all the things that tie into what we call systems, right? And so, what I would like, what you can see here is this idea that what really matters, what's usually missing, is alignment. If you have the the purpose and the process together with the people and the process, that's when you get alignment. And often that is what's missing, and why a lot of times people are having issues and they find themselves all over the place or things not working for them. Does that make sense to you guys so far?
Definitely,
Sorry.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have some comments like correct, and Stephanie, well, she says like something amazing. It's like not everybody neurodivergent, but neurospicy. Yeah,
Neurospicy,
people
that's
love
what
it.
I usually say.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
neurospicy for sure, for sure. So here's what I want to talk to you about in terms of how I use xTiles and why it fits right into the system. So I use something that I call a whiteboard system. Sometimes I call it a universal maxi board because again, I'm the maximizer. So sometimes I'll call it the universal maxi board. And what that means, what I'm saying is that we have things again in different places. We have ideas, we have projects, we have systems, we have notes. And we want to see them in a way, again, for those of us who think a certain way, many of us like visual, to see visual information. I'm auditory as a first learner. So auditory is my preference, and then secondary is visual. So we want to see things. So what I teach some of my clients when I am helping them to understand not only how to use systems and tools, but how to create an overall ecosystem for them being productive and ultimately maximized, what I create is this idea of like a whiteboard system where you can have everything and you can put things there so that you could have everything and you can look at it in one place, or you can drill down and look at it. Now, I use tools. Now, we know there's things like Miro, and even Canva has a whiteboard, and I still use those. But what I do is xTiles becomes the alignment layer for my systems. So I may put my xTiles inside of one of those tools so that when I need to see the big picture of everything, I put it there. But xTiles is the area that I go focus on so I can see things and they can be functional for when I need to work with them. So I want to give just an image that shows, sometimes people's systems are scattered, and they compete with one another. But when they're connected, then they compound and they make the difference between being busy and actually having momentum. So I believe that structure creates calm, clarity creates momentum. So, I think that that's really important. And that's what we get out of xTiles. So, I am not necessarily showing any xTiles boards today. I know that you're going to be sharing something, sorry. The last time that I was shared one, or I actually did as a gift to our audience, I did give access to a dashboard that my team and I use to put all of the projects we're working on and use it to connect with each other around making those things move. And I actually, at the end of this, I should be able to give a link so people can also access that again. But
To
the
be honest, I
framework,
have this link.
I'm
My
sorry.
apologies. Yeah, sorry for interrupting, but I have this link and I can share it right away if you want to, or we can do it
Okay,
while
well,
going
at
through
the
this.
end, yeah, we'll
Okay,
double
good,
check to make sure it's the right link. Um,
good.
but um, but the systems of success, really, the framework that I use and teach my clients is really for them to be able to bridge between philosophy and practice. You know, what we think is right, what we think we ought to do, and how to move from ideas to impact by aligning every part of work, life and work into a system that works for them. So our tagline is be aligned, be productive, be maximized. And we say that because, as I said before, I believe everything is a system, and systems are really what creates success. So what happens is, you know, we talk about AI, and I am someone I guess considered an AI expert. I'm using AI for over at least 10 years because I've been using tools that actually utilize that, not in the way that we know AI now, but you know, it has been evolving for many years, and I've been using different tools that have AI in it for many years. But what I like to say is we call it the maximized intelligence, or maximized intelligence, and basically we're saying that systems don't just organize, they actually learn. So what I believe is that when you merge data and AI with the structure, a system evolves that really moves you along in the things that you want to be able to do. So, business intelligence, which really starts with first and foremost your own foundation of who you are, what your mission is, what your goals are. And then you combine that with data plus AI, then you have systems that equal, and you add systems, it equals maximized intelligence. And this is just my way of saying that one thing doesn't make the difference for everything, but you need to combine those things together. And again, that's what xTiles allows us to do. It allows us to have one central place where even if we are taking it and combining it with other tools, like I say, like a whiteboard, right? It is the main layer that brings it all together. And I think Serhi's going to talk about that more. And of course, I can add more to it as well. But I just wanted to share that because I think everything starts with the way you think about it, right? It's not just what you do, it's what you think put together with what you do that gives you the results that you get. So for now, I think I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Um, can you stop my screen for me? Are you able to do that, sir? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I have it here. Oh,
Yes,
awesome.
it's ready.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for that. So I don't know if you have any questions about what I just shared or if it allows you to lead right into what you want to share, but I hope that was helpful.
Stacy, just a quick feedback from Ron, for example. Here's a comment that you can read. And from my perspective, it's always insightful, and when people have their own approaches on challenges they have in their life, how to make, now many people, they try to be productive, maybe it sounds boring, but what you do, you maximize everything and everything from everywhere. It's like, I don't know, it's, yeah, something amazing. And to all of our attendees, if you have more questions to Stacy, to Anastasia, yes, so do not hesitate, just drop a comment and we will discuss about it. Yes, so I believe we can.
While audience is thinking about questions, I wanted just to say that it's really relatable, the analogy that you showed us about the scattered information, that you have a lot of things in a lot of places. For me, like xTiles board, it's like the calm place when you have everything in the right place. It sometimes looks familiar with the room where you have a lot of clothes on the different locations, and when you need to fast find something and grab and go somewhere, and you can't even find it. And in that case, xTiles the same thing, just for digital world, right? That you can just go and grab everything that it needs, because
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And by the way, if you have a cluttered room, you need to use our decluttering template.
oh,
I
thank
saw
you.
that. I haven't
Yeah.
used it yet, but I did see that one for sure. You know what you made me just think about too that I wanted to share? Um, one of the things I like about xTiles is that you make it what works for you. Like some of the templates, for example, have a lot of bright colors. And I use some with colors, but I like things even more calm than that. And one of my favorite, and you'll show us some things, Sohi, later, but one of the things that I like a lot that just speaks to me so much is yeah, I love that. Stephanie, I'm going to just respond to what she said, that it helps a macro thinker. I like to look at things like this 30,000-foot view, but obviously I have to drill down sometimes and just focus on specific things. The thing that I like the most that allows me to do that is actually what I was talking about to say, and something else: nested notes and nested pages, because it allows you to have a tile, for example, on a page in a project that may have several things listed on that tile, but it's just listed. It's not open unless you want it open, but you can click on it when you're ready to see it inside that nested note or that nested tile. So that's another way of zooming in and out. And the other thing that I was about to talk about that I like, that's sort of a secret thing that people don't necessarily know about. Um, Inside xTiles, if you put an image in, you can actually choose for it to be a placeholder. Once it's a placeholder, there's like a filter over it, so you don't see the actual image. You see sort of like putting a mask over an image in, say, Canva. But I love that it just gives you a built-in placeholder. So until you're ready to fill it in, it gives you the idea of the framework of what needs to go there. And I use that even for text, right? There's ways that I use that so that if I might have a tile with text, but I have those placeholders around, because it lets me know that there's something that I need or want to fill in or might want to dig deeper and see, but I'm not ready to see it yet. I want some of that out of the way. Does this make sense? You guys get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah, I
yeah,
love that. I
I
love that.
already prepared an example, so when we are ready, I will
Perfect.
show what you are talking about. So many people do not know about that. Yes, that's for sure. That's shows
Let's
how
jump into
advanced you
that,
are.
please. Yeah, let's jump into that, sir. That sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool, for sure. But before that, we have a part about Anastasia, like another Anastasia.
What
So
do you
Anastasia.
do, Anastasia? Because I don't even know all the details. What do you do for xTiles?
yeah. Actually, I'm working as part of the marketing team. That's why my work life is quite of chaos sometimes, because you have a lot of teams like content, ads, analytics, and a lot of them sometimes speak different languages, and you have to connect them all just to make sure that that everyone understands everything clearly. And sometimes it's okay for your team, but when you started to connect other, like outbound teams, for example, or outsourced teams, and you have to give them information quickly, it's quite a task, I would say. Yeah, and I didn't even mention a lot of like ideas and hypotheses that we have on the Slack or something like that. And that's why when you have like new campaign plans or something like that, you have like I would say brief documents in the Google Docs, analytics or calculations in the Google Sheets, designs in Figma, brainstorms in FigJam, and then you have to manually connect everything and make like the one pager, I would say, that is really easy to share other people, so they can quickly find the information that they need. Yeah, and in that case, you understand when you have a lot of like information in that space, it's quite hard to be focused to achieve your goals, and you understand that the problem usually not the people that can't achieve their goals or something like that. Sometimes it's a system, as you said before, because like you don't have the environment for that, especially when you add like different difficult tools, and then you have to spend more time just to onboard other people and to make sure that they understand how to use it, because they are too complicated for them. Yeah, and in that point, like, it was my story every time before xTiles, and I spent a lot of time, I would say like 2 hours or 3 hours, just to communicate with everyone and make sure that like everyone understand where to find information. And then when I discovered xTiles and its, I would say, innovative, creative page, it changed everything for me, because now it's so simple, and I really feel that it's under control, you know. So I can also share the space, like the example of the campaign that can be made in xTiles. So yeah, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Great. So here's the example of the new campaign, for example, in marketing, yeah, when we want to launch a campaign in social media. And usually, as I mentioned before, you have a lot of different stuff. And the best thing about xTiles that you can combine everything in the way you want. As mentioned, and as Staci mentioned, that you want to add more colors, add it. Don't want to use colors, don't use them. And for in this case, so I put like the main information that I want my team to know. It's like the goals, what the channels would be used, what the target audience or the campaign timeline. So also I have like related links to this project, so my team can easily find everything that they need in the specific time when they work on the task. And you can put whatever you want to. So we have like embedded Google Sheets or Figma document. So yeah, you can just see the case that you have and the information that you want to share and put it on the xTiles dashboard. I usually make dashboards not for my team, but also like the brief for influencers or for another agency that works for you. And the best case that you can just like make this page and share it with your teammates or other people without worries that you have to pay for them just to see the information, or that they see that they will see other like important information that is like you want to just sure the exact amount information, and you want to give you don't want to give the access to the full project, for example, but just for this page. So you can just click on the share, copy the link, or add by email, and that's it. Quite easy, I would say.
Can I just make a point about what you're saying, just so that people actually understand if they don't? When you go to share, you get to choose if they can duplicate it or if they can just view it, which I absolutely love. You know, it means, or they can request to edit if you want to allow them to, but you don't have to. And I absolutely love that as well about xTiles. As a matter of fact, for all my clients now, for every project, and we use xTiles to create a project for each client, and we have a resource page which is shared with them. And we know, like to your point, there are pages where there are things we don't want them to know or see. It's our working process. But we have one where if we're ready to show them something, or we want them to have access to something, we create a resource page always to share with them. And it's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
it's great.
exactly.
One of the many things to love about xTiles, and collaborating, right? Working together.
Yeah, I love the case when if you have like some tasks that you want to update other, for example, part of your team, and it's easy because you can even add these tasks, and when the other part is ready, it just can check it, and you don't have to ask in the threads like what the status of the task, or how we finished, some questions, everything there. So yeah, that's my story, and I can't imagine my life without xTiles now.
Amazing story, Anastasia. Thank you so much for sharing. And Willow, he started to experiment with some nested pages and nodes. I will show some examples shortly.
And I love it.
Yeah, well, Fabio, well, Fabio just amazing and super insightful person, as all of our users are, of course. But he knows the sense of productivity. He uses tools, and he record videos about xTiles, by the way, in Portuguese. So yeah, some people who doesn't understand English, they can understand in their own language, by the way.
That's great.
Great. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you all for sharing. And probably it's my part to share. And just want to give like a brief story for, like about myself. And maybe some people don't know about it. But I was just an xTiles user, like more than a year ago now. And I was looking for some applications that will help me to, just run projects inside the company. Because as I mentioned in the very beginning, we were using Word, like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and we were using Excel for like assigning tasks and stuff. It sounds crazy, and I understand it's not a it doesn't designed for collaboration, and because of that I started to look through some new approaches. And of course I started from Notion. I set up everything. I created some kind of strategic planning for a year, and all of my teammates, they were like super excited. They say like, wow, it looks amazing. You can choose different views, you can see responsible ones, you can see like basically everything, and they were like super excited, and I was like really excited because I spent a lot of hours, so maybe weeks and months, just to understand the value of as approach of Notion by itself. Because I understand that many people compare us to Notion, like xTiles to Notion, but we have a completely different approaches. For example, Notion, they have these database first approaches, and for many people it's super boring, to be honest. Not all the people, they think in tables, in databases and stuff. And it happens with me. Well, I personally, I was studying computer science and everything, so it was quite okay with me. But I presented my solution. All of my teammates, as I mentioned, they were super excited. They say like, "Go, we need to use the system." But a week passed by, another one, and I understand that I'm only one person who, runs this whole system. And I understand, well, I'm leading a team. I'm not just somebody who checks tasks and everything. That so I need, something. People need to be a bit more active. I believe they need to do something inside, but they do not do anything like that. And they say like it's super hard. Well, I just want to say that it's an amazing application, of course, but for many people, it's just too much. And during interviews, I basically have a lot of interviews with our users, and they say like, I created some kind of automation. I used I integrated some another application into Notion or vice versa. But I understand it. I just, I've done it because I wanted to share my accomplishment, my achievement. I done it. But no sense, it's not obligatory to do, to be honest. So to continue my story, I started to look through other applications. Of course, I used like all of them, also productivity, project management applications. And somehow I found out about xTiles. I started to use it, and I wasn't looking for some videos or through the website. I just signed up and started to do what I need to do. And somehow I did everything like I want. And the idea of making your information visual, because we got used to scroll up and down all the time, and with Word documents, with this mess, you need to scroll a lot, or you need to use search just to understand where your task is, because you're using tasks inside Word, documents as well. So it was like a mess. But I represented all the information in this like we call tiles, in these boxes, like digital sticky notes, many people say. And it's super easy to consume this kind of information. And I do not need to scroll that much anymore. And it's something completely different between us and other applications. And of course, we have some collections, databases, and it was more than enough in my case. Yep. But I promised to share insights from Staci. So stay tuned. And now it's an example of the project, but maybe a bit bigger one. So Anastasia showed you how you can have everything on one page. But sometimes you have more activities, you have more tasks, but I believe many times, so your project starts to grow. And for example, you can have a lot of pages underneath, for example, like inside the project itself. In this case, you have like numerous ways how to stay organized. The first one that Stacy likes to use is using nodes. I will give an example right away, so I do not need to just say how does it work, but we have nested nodes, something that Stacy likes, as I mentioned. So you can create a node, you can expand it to node itself, and what you will see like a small pop-up window, and underneath you can use all the features we have. You can embed the Google Sheets, for example, you can embed video, media, you can use tasks over there as well. So it's like the same tile like you have over here, but you can have something more, and it will not waste a lot of your space on your page.
Right, and
The
it
other
doesn't
way,
also take up in your mind
yes,
space in terms of thinking because you're not seeing too many things at one time, which was the point I was making before.
yes, absolutely. And the other way, if you want to have something more colorful, you can use nested pages. So you can expand any block you have to page, and you will have another page underneath one block. So you have all the tiles, you can use widgets, you can use some images as well underneath only one block. So I believe it's
And you
also
know what else
something
you can
nice.
do, if I may interrupt? I'm sorry. You know, one of the things that's interesting is you were talking about how you could embed a Google Doc within a note. But
Yeah.
actually, what I sometimes do is if you go to that page, what I love is actually Google Docs, like many things, when you put the link, that Google Doc embeds itself right there.
Yes.
So you could actually have a page. Maybe you have multiple docs that people need to see at one time, because that's what it goes back to for me. You know, it's nice to have a list of things, but sometimes when you're doing certain work, you actually want to see this and be able to look at this one at the same time and not have to go to different tabs, but have it embedded right there in front of you. And so you could actually have an embedded page and actually put the link and embed the actual Google Docs and have two or three, because you make them whatever size you want, right there on the same page. And sometimes that is extremely useful. So you're not going back and forth between tabs, but you're seeing it right there at the same
Yeah.
time.
That's something that we were talking like in the very beginning, like people need to have only one window, one space for everything. And the other part that I personally like about xTiles is that we have these tabs as we have in our browser. So it's something super easy to understand. It's not like this kind of a skyscraper hierarchy that you need to elevate, or you need to go up and
Only
down
one
on the
way,
levels.
right?
Yeah, it's one layer, of course. You can, of course, have nested nodes, nested pages, and stuff. But it's just up to you. We do not want to limit you on maybe it's the approach that you like. But something that Stacy shared, that you do not need to go to Plus, you do not need to go to Google Sheets to embed it, because xTiles understands that you have a Google Sheet. So, for example, I have some link. I will show you that in my so I have copied a link. So what I do is I basically paste the link, and I can see an options how to display it, like a link, like a bookmark, card, or embed. So it automatically works as embed, as Anastasia showed, by the way. And the main idea that you can, for example, we can move it slightly above everything. The main idea is that you can edit everything over here, and you do not need to go in other places. So for example, we can type something in, we can use formulas as well. For example, we have like 2 plus 2 or something like that, and it works. So it synchronizes both sides, and yeah, do not need to go to another tab anymore, and super easy to share maybe some notes with your team over here, for example, so they type something in, maybe they work with budgeting stuff, but still you are focused on something else. I don't know, just to keep maybe some instructions in mind and stuff like that. Another way that another part that Staci mentioned is about images. So let's say it's already something that I have done, but we can choose any motivation, let's say image. For example, like go up and never stop. And what Staci was talking about, that you can make a placeholder from this image. So you can go to menu over here, and you can use as a placeholder option. So it will be something like this. And you can just click on and you can upload something else, for example.
Yeah, and
it's
even if you're
just
presenting or sharing with someone and you don't want them
yeah,
to see the things that are there yet, putting it like this is cool because then you can change it from the placeholder. Now you're revealing it. It's not like putting a sticky note over it, but it does give you an idea of what's there and then you can remove it. So I just wanted to add that in there because I think that's really, really useful. And I want to share something else.
yeah,
Something I just started using is the comments, by the way, because we're talking about
yeah.
collaboration and working together.
I can't hear Staci,
Sorry,
by the way.
I accidentally hit mute, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
What I like about the comments is if I comment and I tag someone's name, anybody that I'm sharing with that's a part of, that's in my xTiles, if I tag them, then they get a notification that they've been tagged, so they're aware. It's a way to communicate. So I like that too. And what you can do is even if it's not about a particular tile, on a project, you can actually create a tile just for comments and communication so that you
Yeah,
have that one space, or you can put a comment on a particular tile if you want them to see something, but you can just have a comment tile and use that back and forth to keep having one place to communicate. So I don't know if you've done that before, but that's something that I just started doing, and that's pretty cool. And you
That's
comment.
quite an insight actually for me.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's something that many people ask recently, to be honest. I don't know how, but
but use
I
the
have some.
comment. Sorry, I want
Yes,
you to use the comment. So
yes,
if
yes, it's something
you click on, and you
yeah,
use
it's something that I
comment.
want to share. Yeah. So just to all of you that probably do not know about this feature, but we have comments in xTiles, and we have a couple of ways how to access it. So if you have any block, for example, it could be just a text block, it could be a task, it could be even an image, by the way. So any blocks inside our page. So anytime you go to settings of the block, you can see a couple of different icons. But the last one, well, it says that it's something more than just an icon. So it's like comment feature that you can click on, and over here you can type something in. So for example, hello again, or let's say hey, doesn't matter. I can send a comment, so I will see an icon over here as well. And as Staci mentioned, I can mention somebody. So for example, I can use add, and I can mention Anastasia, for example. Hey. And she will have a notification inside her notification center that now there is a comment over here. And the best part that you're not obligated to scroll down to your comments section, to your comment tile. You can comment something else. For example, I have client, I have some comments over here as well. And to see all the comments in one place, you can do the next, because we have this feature. You can go to settings, like it's next to your project's name. You go to settings. It will be like right sidebar popped out. And over here, you can see comments. So anytime you click on comments, you will see all of the blocks with all of the comments over here. So for example, we have this hello comment, hello text block. So I do not need to scroll down to find it. I just can click on and it will be highlighted, or I can type something in. As you can see, Anastasia already answered me, and we can ask like, how you doing, and stuff. So yeah, keep in mind, you can communicate inside xTiles, and you can have comments, you can mention people, yeah, and they can read it whenever they are ready, for example.
I think that was worth the coming, because I don't think to this whole really, because I don't think a lot of people realize that you can do that. That may have
Yeah.
been what people thought was like a missing link, the fact that you can't chat, so to speak. But in fact, you can chat just like that on a project, and I think it's fantastic. So
I would
Thank you.
love
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
would love
Anastasia.
I would love to share one more example of using not just comments, but emojis. I love to use it when you have, for example, a lot of different posts and you want to receive feedback from your teammates, which one is the best. So in that case, they not just can add the comments that I think about the post, but also leave the emoji. And that one, like, the favorite part for myself, because when I see a lot of emojis, it's like give me more emotions and happy thoughts about my work. That's why I really recommend to use emojis too, not just comments.
Yeah.
It's
So yeah, Anastasia, sorry, continue.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Just show everyone the power of emojis.
Yeah, so it's something that we are addicted to, I believe. So if you do something, we want to have some appreciation, I believe, something like that. So to do so, you can highlight any block. You can see 6 dots over here for blocks settings. And as I showed you in the first row, you can see different icons. And the first one for reaction, but basically for emojis. So when you click on it, you will see all of the emojis we have. And I do not want to use bad ones. Maybe we can use, I don't know, some, I don't know, lion, for example. We can use a thumb. We can use even more. And it's something that you can do with your team as well. And you can do everything like that with all kind of stuff. For example,
you can
for
put a
links.
question mark emoji if somebody has a question
Yes.
or they're not sure
Yes.
about something. And I like that it has the count, because that way, like you were saying,
Yeah.
if you want to vote on something, do you approve or do you not approve? People can show, and that's something that you can also do. Is you can put the whatever ones you want there, like check mark, no, X for no, and then people can come along behind you and they can click on the one that they vote on what the answer is. So yeah, it's great, and it's so visual, and it's so compelling to look at it, because like you've been saying all along, sorry, you just
Yeah.
see it and you're not trying to pick things out and figure it out. It's just all there right in front of you. So it makes collaborating so much easier.
Yeah, and something that I mentioned, Anastasia mentioned, and Stacia mentioned, the layout. Previously, it will be in one column. Let's say in this way, to organize, for example, these 5 tiles. It will be like a sheet
Yeah.
of paper, I
Endless
believe.
scroll.
Yeah, and you need to scroll, and something that I do not like to do on my PC. No, I want to see everything on one screen, and I can see all the key information over here. But something that I also want to highlight, and it's something super important. As I mentioned in the beginning of my presentation, you can have many pages inside your project, many different stuff. You can have some comments, and by the way, Marcella asked, you can see comments on the level of the page, because it could be a mess if you showcase all the pages inside the project, but it will work only for one page per time. Yeah, so just to get rid of chaos, as we want to do as our main job, I believe, you have a lot of different activities, a lot of projects, a lot of pages inside your project. And the best part that you can have many tasks inside, but you need to keep track on them. So for example, I have a task, for example, for the next, let's say Monday, that I want to assign to Anastasia. And she'll be the only one responsible. So anytime I assign task, anytime I create a task, for example, across the whole project, maybe I have some tasks over here in timeline and payment terms, for example, maybe in some technical specification. For example, like over here, we can have another task, but for example, for Staci, for the next for the next Tuesday. But let's say she's not inside the project, so I can use another teammate, doesn't matter. So I have some tasks across different pages. The best part that anytime you create task, this tasks collection in the end of the line will be created automatically. And the main idea behind this tasks collection is that it gives you like a bird view. So it takes all the tasks like in the whole project into the separate place. So it could be like a dashboard where you can see all the tasks that you created and all the responsible ones. And also like the most convenient part, if you want to have some more context about the task, you can click on location. So for example, we have timeline payment terms, and we can see that we have a task for Anastasia. So this works on the level of project. Something also super important that we have the same collection but for resources. For example, we have some links, maybe we have some images, maybe some files, and so on. So we also have a system tab, system collection, like we call them, that calls library. So when you go to library, it will look like I don't know, like tasks, but in this case it will collect all the media inside the project. So imagine you do not need to manage everything by your own manually. It will be over there always and automatically by itself.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you to hit can you hit the gallery on that for a second before you leave it? And hit the
Yes,
gallery?
of course.
'Cause I just
Yeah,
'cause I
yeah.
just wanna say, oh, you had seen it before. But what I love the gallery. It's a great way to look at it. And if you go back to the timeline, if it's okay, I just wanna point something out too. The gallery is,
Yes.
again, another visual way to see what you have. But click on the timeline, because I want you to go back to the original or even I'm sorry, the task table. Go click on task again, because
Uh-huh.
I wanna
Yeah.
one of the things that I love too is that you're looking at all the tasks here, but you can do a board by assigning. You can create whatever views that you want. So again, depending on how you work, if I want to see what I assign to somebody else, if I want to see it by different things, I can actually right. So if you say, what did I ask Anastasia to do? And you go look and you can see all of her tasks there. So I love that as well. And the point is that you can create as many views as you want, and you can do them based on what matters to you. You can sort them in a particular order. I don't like looking at my tasks and seeing the old ones at the top. So I like to always sort mine so that the new ones are at the top. But everybody's different, and you can do what works for you, and that's what makes it amazing.
Yeah, that's
Um,
actually exactly the best example, because I also wanted to add the use case that we use in the content team. We made the views for each team member, so each team member can make the views that perfect for her or him, so they can like customize it and to be the most productive in the way they like. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's so great.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned, tables could be a bit boring for many people, but for some geeks, I don't know, you can also use filtering options just to see, for example, if something assigned to, for example, for Anastasia, and we can see all her tasks, and we can do the same with everybody. But maybe the last part that I want to share, that if you have many projects like this Sunny Shop, a lot of different activities across different uh, projects. For example, you can have like internal project about your team management and stuff, but you can also have something related to your client. So for example, you can have your client portal with all the information inside. Instead of tinkering between different tabs and stuff, you can have everything over here as well. So you have even more to do. So in this case, it's like my recommendation. I strongly recommend to use our tasks panel. And when you go there, you have different sections, your Google Calendar integration as well, maybe Outlook Calendar. But we also have different icons over here, and we have a separate section for assigned. And from this point of view, we can see where Anastasia is, that I assigned the task to Anastasia, and I can see a link where this task is. I can click on it again, and I will dive into the project, and the task will be highlighted by itself.
And just to make
It's
a
one.
point to what you were just showing, sorry, that one lets you see tasks across all the projects. So that
Yes.
way, if you had multiple tasks for Anastasia there, you would have seen all of them. And as you showed us, you can click into the project you want to go in and look at that task, but you can see them all in one place. So it makes it a great tool to collaborate with. And I think, we've talked about it personally, like you said before, but I think people may have overlooked the value of this as a team collaboration project management
Absolutely.
tool. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing, Stacy, and for your comment.
It's free of
And
charge.
the last part that I want to share is about how to make your tasks visual, because I believe task panel is like amazing. We will have priorities, by the way, in the nearest updates, so it will be like important and so on. But one more idea is to have everything visual in your planner. So planner is everything. It's something like it's an advanced feature, of course, but what it does, it collects everything from everywhere. So you can see your planner in the right or left corner. Yeah, my apologies, in the left top corner, and you can also see it inside your navigation bar over here. And when you go there, the best part that you will see all the tasks, like your own tasks and tasks that you assign to somebody else from different projects and different pages and so on. So I believe it's also something that quite exciting. Yeah, I believe that's it. We are almost run of time, but it's also something that super important that I want to share, that Stacy is like as a valuable user to us, and we just want to thank you for being a part of our webinar about sharing your experience, about all the insights and highlighting some key features that it's important to share with our audience. Maybe it's something that I forgot to share. So to everybody who is motivated to upgrade and to try xTiles for maximum, to maximize your productivity, your personal and work lives, you can use Stacy's promo code. So it's like Stacy 20 Maximizer, and yeah, just keep this in mind, and just want to say thank you everybody for your comments, for being engaged. Dwayne, thank you so much. And also Stacy has a link that we promised to share with you about a
Yeah, let me
template.
just tell you what that is, just so you know. When you go to it, basically you can get a starter pack that I had put out the first time, and then which gives you access to a board that I share with you that you can copy and you can use, and an entire PDF that shows you how to use it. But in addition, you'll also see I had a challenge last month, and so the challenge replays are in there. You'll get that as well. And down at the bottom, there is something, because I have Systems of Success Academy, where if you were interested in joining, you could join. It just happens to be on that page. I'm not necessarily trying to sell you anything, but if it's something that you feel like you're interested in and you want to go further, you certainly can take a look at that as well. But there are 2 free bonuses there for you. So please do enjoy that.
Thank you so much, Stacy. And we have a couple of comments. Dwayne, hello. Thank you so much. Yes, search is one more feature, by the way. Willow, yeah, amazing feedback about tasks, views, and customization, some additional customization. Dwayne, it's super motivated when I read such a comments. It's like we are so lucky. So thank you so much. Couple of more ideas for Willow, and Willow looks through our webinars like all the time. Thank you so much, and I always happy when you know something new. So thank you so much, Fabio. Thank you for your comment as well. Yeah, creating a complex central hub is, I believe, it's something valuable. In any case, thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Anastasia. Both Anastasias. Anthony, thank you
Exactly.
so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. So glad. I get excited and I love to share. So this is awesome.
Fabio, thank you so much as well. Yep, I believe we are run of time. Do not want to waste a lot of Stacy's time because she need to maximize other people's lives and business areas of their life as well. Just want to say huge thank you, Stacy. Like, thank you to Anastasia as well. Thank you so much. It's always amazing to run webinars with new people. Maybe our audience is a bit tired to look at me all the time every week. So now it will be something new.
No, Sergey, thank you so much for being such a great host for us today.
Sure.
Yeah, that's so interesting because it feels that you have a lot of different features that you want to show the community of the xTiles and users. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your feedback, Willow. Thank you so much, Anastasia, Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Maybe you want to share something, and yeah.
I just want to say thank you for having me here. I do use a lot of tools, and I mean, I still do because I have to, because I use different things for different clients. But this is the first one I think that I've gone on camera talking about. But I use everything. If there's a tool out there for productivity, for running your business, for all the things, I use them. And this is one of my absolute favorites. And xTiles just lets you freely do what works for you. It's easy to learn. It's easy to use. You can use it in depth, or you can use it very simply, and it gives you exactly what you need. And it's so customizable. So thank you guys for creating this. I absolutely love it. And I love being a part of this. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, amazing people with us today, hosting hosting this event, and yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I believe that's it. This webinar is recorded, so you can refer back whenever you are ready. And just share some comments if you want to see Anastasia and Stacy again. And
yeah, we have a lot of different new information that we want to share with you. So
huge amount of stuff to share. Only good stuff. Okay, thank you so much, and see ya.